Hi guys, I'm just going to talk you through how I did my sister's makeup. So first what I did is I grabbed the Body Shop brightening cream and I just dabbed that onto my hand and mix it in with the Oils of Life intensely revitalizing facial oil, I think it's called, and I just kind of use that as a moisturizer before I put on any form of makeup, so that obviously my skin's nice and ready and not crusty or anything like that. So I'm just going to do everything that I usually do to myself onto my sister, because we kind of have the same skin type. She has like kind of dry skin and flaky areas, but that's fine, we've got that all sorted. So the foundation that I'm going to use on my sister is the Bobbi Brown Moisture Rich foundation. Can't remember what shade it was, but not that it's relevant to anyone because everyone's got different shades of skin tones. And I use the Real Techniques beauty blender, and what I do is I actually spray the vitamin E Body Shop setting spray into the beauty blender, and then I put the foundation on so that it kind of gives a damp, easy kind of application to the face, as well as a nice smooth finish, and locks it into place. Every time the beauty blender dries, I just give it a couple sprays and then get some more foundation. It all depends on how much coverage you want. I am going for kind of a full coverage, and I think that this foundation gives a medium coverage for skin that has imperfections. So, you know, everyone just has to go with whatever skin type that they have. So I'm just going to dab that in, dab and twist it into the skin so it really sinks into those pores. Please excuse the way that I'm moving my sister's head. She feels like she's getting some sort of facial massage while I'm doing this, because it's not often that you really get your makeup done by other people, so she's just really enjoying it. Look at her face. The next thing that I am going to do is contour. Now contour is so important. I think my sister's quite chubby, so I think giving her a nice full face of contour is going to make her features really stand out. She's got really good like plump lips and a really cute nose as well, but let's just bring out those features. So the contour stock that the contour stick that I'm using it's actually a MAC concealer stick. I think it kind of glides on really nicely, so I just use that as an alternative for a contour. And I'm using the Maybelline Age Rewind Eye Concealer thing. I'm so rubbish with names, so please excuse the fact that I can't pronounce anything properly the way it should be and I'll jumble up the words. But I'm going to use the Real Techniques foundation blending brush to actually blend the bigger areas like under the eyes and the usual areas that everyone highlights. I think, you know, you can clearly see where I've highlighted without me stating it. I just use a more dense brush to blend that out so it gives a more balanced finish and it sits on the foundation nicely. And then when I go in to blend her contour, I'm going to use a more smaller brush for the kind of finer lines around the nose and the chin areas and things like that, and on top of her forehead. And I think the key with contour is blending it all in. The last thing you want is harsh lines. So that's me right there with the smaller brush, and you just want to kind of blend in. I use kind of circular motions and I just kind of work upwards from her cheeks, from one end of the face inwards, blending up, so that it looks natural. So when the light hits it, it gives off a nice bronze kind of glow, and it defines her face as well. So let's just go ahead and do her forehead, la 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 la, and around her nose. I feel like she's falling asleep in a good way because it feels good. And also the chin. I'm trying to make this voiceover go with the flow, so I'm literally just improvising. And make sure you guys blend down towards the chin. I forgot to mention that about the foundation as well. Like if you're a hijabi like me, it doesn't really matter, but you need to blend into the chin. Right, my sister's done her eyebrows, as you can see. She has this thing where she just doesn't like anyone doing her eyebrows, but I'm just going to brush them out because I feel like some of the product wasn't evenly put on. She's using like some Barry M Wonder Stick and the collection, so she doesn't really use anything expensive on her eyebrows. So that's that. The Vaseline we're going to use to moisturize our lips because it's going to be important for when we put on lipstick and that later. So we've had the foundation on for a long time, and what I like to do is use a translucent powder. This is one by Bobbi Brown. It's in the shade Warm. It's one of my favorite translucent setting powders to set my foundation and contour, just so that it all sits in place and I don't get the kind of oils seeping out, especially around my nose area. But I just kind of dab it all across my face, not so much blending it in. I mean, I am going over the contour, but I mostly like to dab this on so that it just sits on top of my foundation, so that it doesn't give an oily kind of obvious look that I've got foundation on. So I'm obviously doing that same technique to my sister. The next thing that I'm going to do is go in towards the eyes now that the face is pretty much done apart from the highlights. I'm using the French Connections mascara. I'm just going to coat her lashes just so that it gives something for the eyelashes to sit on. I wasn't really going to apply eyelashes because I know it's not really a natural thing, but she's not really doing an extravagant look for her face as she requested, so I'm just going to put some eyelashes on just to bring out her eyes. And I will be putting on some eyeshadow and eyeliner as well after that, so that it all looks pretty. So I've put on one of the eyelashes. It's the Eyeliner in number 083, as you can see. So I've put one on, but I'm just going to demonstrate how I do the other one. So I literally just put glue on the eyelash band and wait about 20 seconds and then use tweezers just to stick it on as close to the lash line as possible, and then just keep kind of pushing it and kind of balancing it onto her actual eyelashes. And I'm just going in to fix it with my fingers to give a more precise, even finish. The glue should dry clear. I know it looks like there's white crap on her eyelids, but don't worry, it will dry clear, and I'm going to go over with eyeliner anyway so that it looks a bit more natural. There we go. She's not really used to eyelashes, so look at her reaction. Oh my gosh, I had to slow this bit down because her face is priceless. Take it she liked it. Okay, now that's done, I'm going to be putting the eyeliner on, obviously not so that the eyelash band and stuff doesn't really show. So I'm just going to kind of stretch her eyelid out because it gives a more even line for me. I'm so bad at eyeliner on myself and on other people, but let's just give that a go. I'm using an eyeliner that I actually got when I went on holiday to my home country. I do not know, it's written in like some foreign language, not even in Bengali, it's in some random foreign language. I don't know what it says, but it's such a good eyeliner. It's like a liquid eyeliner with a really thin brush. Anyway, moving on to the lips now. I'm using the MAC, I think it's in the shade Beat. It's a really nice bright pinky red colour. It's so nice. I'm just going to use that to go around her lips just to kind of shape them. She has such big lips compared to me. I think we know how big our lips are, where they end, but I just kind of draw lines in between as well to give a bit more depth. And I'm going to go over it using the Revlon Matte Balm, which is a really similar colour to the lip liner that we used. And this is kind of like a moisturiser as well, because even though it states that it's matte, I think it has more of a creamy texture to it. So that's just going to go over her lips, and then she can blend it in because she's probably better at it than I am. So, whoa, what's with the facials there, Sal? She's still getting used to the eyelashes, as we can see, and she's really starting to feel herself, I can tell. Okay, using the Real Techniques fan brush. I love Real Techniques brushes. I think they're so soft, so easy to use. I'm gonna highlight her face, which is one of the last steps that I do, just to give a really nice glowy finish. I'm using the Mary Luminizer highlighter. It is my favorite to this day, and I don't know if I want to discover any other highlighters, because I just love this one. It just sits so perfectly, and it just, such a little goes a long way with this. I think it's really worth the price that it is. At first I thought it was really expensive for a bit of, you know, glitter powder, but it really does what it says. It really luminizes the skin. So I'm just going to put that on her cheekbones, on the bridge of her nose and her brow bone, just to kind of bring everything out, and onto the lips. So I'm just going to brush it all into place, fan it out using the fan brush so that it all looks nice. And the last thing that we're going to do is set it. So I'm just going to get the vitamin E spray as it is and do about 2 pumps of that onto her face. So that sets it all into place. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed. See you in the next video. Please make sure to like and subscribe.